This video is going to be about inflation and how it will affect and is affecting the resale business. Is it something that you need to be worried about? Is it something that you need to be worried about having a big effect on your business? And, just stuff related to inflation that has been happening for quite a while now. And it's probably gonna, from the looks of it, it's gonna continue to happen for the foreseeable future. And this is something, as soon as when they kept last year sending all that money out, all that stimulus money, pumping it all out, anybody that knows anything about economics and the way everything works, was talking about inflation was going to happen. A lot of people, weren't really talking about it or were ignoring it, and it slowly kept creeping up. And now everybody's talking about it because you can't ignore it, because now when you go to the grocery store, instead of that buggy being a $100 buggy, for instance, now it's a $150 or a $200 buggy of groceries. I mean, that's a big deal when you have to keep buying groceries. You can't not eat. So every time you're going, it's eating a little bit more into your finances, into your money. Every time you go to the gas station right now, it's eating a little bit more into that. Every time you go buy pretty much anything, you buy toilet paper, you buy shampoo, you buy laundry detergent, it's all creeping up. It's all eating into, your overall financial, picture there. How much money you have, your expenses, whatever you want to say. As far as the resale business goes, like I've said before in other videos, the resale business, the good thing about it is it's pretty much recession proof. Meaning when things are good and people are just out spending money, which last year, anybody that was selling anything last year, during when the pandemic first started and they started sending out stimulus checks, you'll know that it was crazy. I mean, just selling stuff left and right. Everybody's getting all this money handed to them, and for so many people, it was just extra disposable income. And I mean, it was just literally just buggies full of stuff all day long. In my store, it was crazy. Now, the bad thing was, it was kind of hard at times to get stuff because everyone that had a thrift store or selling online or whatever was in the same boat. They were selling a lot of stuff, so everyone was trying to get more stuff. So the prices got driven up on stuff. So, you were able to do good, but you were having to spend a lot. So that ate into your overall profit, really, because you were having to spend quite a bit more on your, on your inventory. Now what's happening is, people aren't making, business started slowing down over the summer, and it's kind of stayed overall slower than it was last year. I mean, that doesn't, I've had times where we've definitely been busy, but the craziness, the spending spree of last year is definitely over, and it's more normal spending now. But the good thing about the resale business, if prices go up on stuff, that's going to push a lot of people, into your store, to the flea market, online looking for deals. So if you've got, stuff that people can use, people are going to be looking for deals. If you're selling clothing, if you're selling household items, kitchen items, microwave, washer and dryer, all that kind of stuff, people need deals on it. If their washer and dryer goes out, they need it. So, and sometimes they can't afford the store price, either because the store price is jacked up so high, or having inventory issues, or because they're having to spend so much on groceries and all that they have very little extra money at the moment. So they're looking for a deal. So when it comes to resale business, you're going to be able to capitalize. And that's just one example, and that's going to be across the board. People are going to have less overall money to spend, so they're going to be looking for non-traditional retail, ways to save money. Obviously that's going to affect it. It's kind of one of those things that your overall sales, it's not going to be as crazy or busy, but you're going to gain a few customers. So you should kind of even out. So because you're going to, like I said, you're going to get people that normally might not go to a thrift store, might not look online, Facebook Marketplace, whatever the way that you're reselling, Amazon, there's a million different ways. People are going to look for any way that they can to get a deal because they have no choice, because they have no extra money. They don't have the money to go and buy a brand new one. They've got to be way more, budget conscious. So when it comes to the resale business, like I always say, it's recession proof. As long as you're selling stuff that people need. If you're only focused on antiques and collectibles, then you might be, suffering, and you're going to probably continue to be really, really slow going forward. Because when it comes to an antique item, a lot of that stuff, like say you do antique signs, the big metal signs and advertisement signs, nobody needs those. Those are all just collectors, stuff people want. So when people's extra money starts going down, then that sign, they come and look at it and they might ooh and ah and say, that's the one I've been looking for. But then they go and they look in their savings account, and instead of, having $5,000 sitting there, well, oh, I can take some of that out to spend $500 or $1,000 on this, on this sign that they're looking at now. Oh, I've only got $1,000, and or maybe much less, and I need to save that money over there. I can't go and buy this because what if I need to make a car repair, or like I said, the washer and dryer breaks down or something like that. So that kind of stuff is not recession proof. But if it's, if you're selling, a large variety of stuff, and like I said, household stuff, stuff people need, soap, shampoo, clothing, even food, all that kind of stuff, then, you can do very well. And as far as going and buying stuff, going and getting your inventory, right now there might be a lot of opportunities going forward, because like I get a lot of my stuff from storage auctions. A lot of the reason why people lose their units, besides, death, going to jail, sickness, that's a lot of the ways people use a unit. Also, obviously, people get behind on their bills. So, it's just a fact of life, but it's going to happen more and more as inflation takes hold of people's finances. People are going to get shorter and shorter on money, get behind, and stuff like a storage unit with stuff sitting off to the side where, they have to focus on paying their rent, paying the light bill, and all that kind of thing. So you might see more and more units come up. And if you're in a good position, then you'll be able to take advantage of that. Now, if a lot of resellers that aren't in a good position, then the overall little bit slowness, and if they don't have the right inventory, stuff people need, they might be hurting. Or like the hobby people that were just, an older couple just kind of, buying units or whatever, trying to find some ooh and ah item, finding a treasure, a lot of the treasure hunters, that kind of thing. You kind of might knock a lot of them out of the game, and it'll be, all your full timers, people with thrift stores, people selling at the flea market and online, selling, stuff that people need. That's who, your competition is going to be much lighter and much more narrow. So more room for you to get deals. If you're out there in the resale business, you're serious about it, and you're selling the right stuff. So definitely, potential for a lot of opportunities when it comes to getting inventory, and then when it comes to, to selling. And there might be some certain categories and certain things. Like I know right now, if you go on and you're trying to find pallets of toys, those things they're going through the roof right now, because everybody's been told there's going to be a toy shortage, not a lot of toys for Christmas. So people are paying, crazy prices for these pallets of toys to resell, because in hopes that they're going to be able to resell them, close to retail. Apparently, some of the prices I've seen are kind of crazy. But other stuff, not so bad. And storage units right now, I've seen a lot of deals out there when it comes to like garage sales and estate sales. I've seen tons of them, here through the fall, and, lots of opportunity to be had. But like I said, inflation, it's here. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere in the future. But as a reseller, that's no reason to worry. As a reseller, like I say, just remember you're always, pretty much recession proof if you're selling stuff people need, because it's stuff people need. It doesn't matter. They're always going to need it. If that stuff's always going to break, it's always going to wear out. They're always going to use it all and need more of it. So you got to, focus, make sure that you have at least part of your, inventory is stuff people need. You can still sell collectibles and stuff like that too, but if that's all you're selling, then you're way more susceptible to, when the economy gets bad, to getting really, really slow and, having less and less sales. So definitely, biggest tip, if you're not already doing it, at least mix in some, household stuff people need. If that's all you're selling, then you're not even going to notice anything going on. If anything, you might even notice your sales going up. But in the resale world, always opportunity. No reason to be worried about inflation. Obviously, when it comes to some of your expenses like gas, driving to go get the stuff, you got to take that into account. So your expenses are going to go up a little bit, but you should be able to, maintain selling stuff. Maybe in some cases even, even get more sales if, and sell more things that kind of offset the additional cost in your business expenses or your personal expenses. But that's it for this video. If you like this video, hit the like button, leave us a comment, ask us questions, whatever the case is. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Lots more videos about like this, just about the resale business in general, storage auction, loading, all that kind of stuff. Hit the subscribe button. Y'all have a good one.